But the Trump administration just came out and said that they are only going to partially fund SNAP benefits in November, even though they have an emergency fund that they actually tapped in 2019 to make sure that those benefits continue on for another 2 to 3 weeks while the shutdown continues. So they are withholding food benefits from people to try to get Democrats back to the table, which is as cruel as it sounds. And we'll talk about this in a second, but it leads into our next piece, which is, with the government shutdown, federal employees have not been given paychecks, I think, for at least 2 or 3 pay cycles now. And a lot of federal employees do not make a ton of money. And so they're having a lot of trouble right now paying bills and importantly, feeding their families. We've talked a lot about SNAP recipients potentially losing their funding, which is devastating. But federal employees are also having this same situation. So we're actually working with a group called the Labor Force, and we are trying to raise money to purchase grocery store gift cards for folks so that they can buy food, put food on their table while Donald Trump and the Republicans hold the government hostage, all so they could take away health care from millions of Americans. So right now, the demand is actually quite huge. According to estimates, 730,000 federal employees are currently working without pay, and another 670,000 federal workers are furloughed without pay. So that is about 1.3 million Americans who are not getting the money that they deserve for working. So we are going to try to raise some money for them and make sure that they get the food that they need to survive. I mean, this seems like a very, very simple and the bare minimum that the government should be doing. So if you go to thelaborforce.org/findout, that is thelaborforce.org/findout, you can make a donation there, and we'll make sure that we can distribute as many grocery store gift cards to federal employees so they can make sure they feed their families. So if you could do that for us, everybody, we would appreciate it.